Hi guys, my name is Eric. I'm a personal trainer, which basically means I help folks to achieve their fitness goals. So today I'll be sharing with you guys my top 5 exercises, more specifically for legs. Okay, we're gonna focus today on quads. I'm not gonna cover the whole leg, we're gonna focus on quads. Okay, and basically this is gonna be a series that I'm gonna do for a few weeks. Anyways, the first exercise that we're gonna speak about is leg extension. Okay, the reason why I love to do this exercise is simply because it targets more of your quads. It tends to not include other muscle groups like your glutes or your hamstrings. Okay, so of course you tend to include these muscles when you are doing exercises like your squats or I'll say lunges. If of course you're not specific in terms of your form, you will include other muscles. But then the beauty about doing this exercise, which is leg extension, you only isolate your quads. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I love to do this exercise, and it's very simple to do, to be honest. What is more important is for you to pull yourself down while you are doing this exercise. And also I tend to see this a lot. Most people, they tend to lock their knee or their knees rather when they are doing this exercise. Of course you're not gonna feel anything now, but then I'm just concerned in the future you'll experience some knee pain, so just be careful of that. What is more important is for you to make sure that you squeeze your quads. Okay, each and every time when you are kicking, we're gonna use the word kicking in this case, you have to make sure that you are squeezing your quads. That's all you need to do. You don't have to lock your knees. I hope that makes sense. And for me, I love to use a single leg. Okay, a single leg machine. Of course you can also use the normal leg extension, but for me I love to use the single leg because I have imbalance quads. Apparently my left quad is more bigger compared to my right quad. Okay, so that's the only reason. But of course if your gym has only the normal leg extension, then you can do that. Okay, so that is my number 1. Then my number 2 exercise that I would choose for quads is Bulgarian split squat. Okay, so this exercise, it depends on you, on how you actually doing it. Okay, for me, I can do this exercise even if, let's say, I want to focus more on my quads, or if, let's say, I want to focus on my glutes or on my hamstrings. Okay, it's just a matter of me knowing what I want to use this exercise for, if that makes sense. But of course in this case, or today rather, we are speaking about quads, so we're gonna manipulate this exercise to focus more on quads. Okay, what is more important when you are doing this exercise? You want to be more upright. Okay, and also you want your knee to overlap your toes. Okay, so in this case we'll focus more on your quads. Okay, I will explain on another video, if, let's say, if you want to focus on your glutes or on your hamstrings, what you need to do. Okay, then this exercise is very straightforward, guys. If your setup is good, then you just go with the momentum, up and down, up and down. Of course you need to be more intentional on which muscle you want to focus more on. Okay, so that is exercise number 2. Then exercise number 3 is walking lunges. So walking lunges is also similar to the exercise that we just spoke about now, which is Bulgarian split squats. What is more important is for you to take short stance. Okay, so of course if, let's say, for an example, you want to focus on your glutes and also hamstrings, you need to take wide stance, which I'll explain on another video how you can do this. Okay, but then today, like I said, since we are speaking about quads, you want to make sure that you take short stance, and also you want your knees to overlap your toes. Okay, and one more thing, you want to be more upright as you are doing this, or as you are walking. In this way you will focus more on your quads. Okay, it's very brutal, guys. I won't lie. This exercise, yeah, it's brutal. I tend to see my clients like when I'm making them to do this exercise, they tend to cry a lot. So yeah, it's brutal. I'm sure you guys know this. But anyways, that is point number 3. Then point number 4. Why am I saying point number 4? Exercise number 4 is leg press. Leg press. This exercise also, you can manipulate it. If let's say you want to focus on your hamstrings and also on your glutes, you can put your feet more up and they can be in this position. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, meaning your toes, they should point more out. Okay, but if you want to focus on your quads, like today I want your feet to be down, then in this case you will focus more on your quads. Okay, then what is more important when you are doing this exercise, it's kind of similar to leg extension. So you want to pull yourself down. Okay, that is what is more important on this exercise. Okay, you want to pull yourself down, and obviously you want to initiate the exercise by squeezing your quads before you press. You don't just want to press from point A to point B. There's nothing that you are doing when you are doing that. Okay, so you want to initiate the movement by squeezing your quads before you press. Okay, it's very straightforward exercise. It's not difficult. Okay, then the last one, I've been rolling lately, hey. Then the last one, I think I'm gonna look, oh yes, is heel elevated goblet squat. Heel elevated goblet squat, it's like a squat in a way, and I have my reasons why I decided to choose this exercise compared to squat. Of course, heel elevated goblet squat, you're gonna need some kind of a plate underneath your feet, or your heels rather. So you can either use like the normal plates that we know, but for me I just use like those plates that are more bigger. Yeah, I use those plates that are bigger. Doing this exercise, you want to pretend as you are doing a squat. Actually it is a squat, but then it is the exercise that is good for you in a way, because most people, they have very tight ankles, meaning they struggle to go all the way down when they are doing squats, meaning they tend to lean forward. I'm not sure if you guys can see me, like they lean forward each and every time when they are doing squat. But then when you have weight in front of you, that weight tends to keep you more upright. So that's the reason why I chose this exercise. I feel like everyone could be able to do this exercise, and it's actually one of my favorite exercises because you can even go heavier when you are doing this exercise, and you isolate your quads, which is absolutely amazing. Because for me, when I'm doing like the back squat, I tend to target my hamstrings, and mostly I tend to target my glutes. And of course, I think that is due to my ankle being tight, but then each and every time I try to lubricate them, but then they tend to be tight most of the time. So yeah, that's the only reason why I decided to choose this exercise. So yeah guys, this is my top 5 exercises that I will do if I focus more, or if I want to focus more on my quads. But of course, I don't do these exercises only to focus on my quads. There are a lot of exercises that I normally do, but if I have to choose, this is my top 5. Okay, and in terms of the weight, sets and reps, I know someone did ask me this question in the comment section last time. What I will advise you to do, whether you are beginner, intermediate, advanced, you need to start where you are, and the standard is 3 sets, meaning 3 rounds. For those who like, oh my goodness, Eric, what is set? So 3 sets, and you can start with 3 sets in each exercise that you are doing. And in terms of the reps, you can do 8 to 10 reps. That is the standard. Of course, if you feel like the weight is more lighter, then you can do 12 to 15 is fine when you are doing legs. Actually, legs, I will advise you go well, not heavier, but then like you aim for higher reps, right? Because legs, they are like big muscles, so you will actually gain more if you are doing more reps, if that makes sense. Then in terms of the weight, this will depends on each person, and I don't want you guys to copy me in terms of the weight, because we're all different. I'm not saying I lift heavy weights. I don't believe mostly in heavy weights, but of course you need weights so that you can grow if that is your goal. That was a rhyme, by the way. But anyways, but I won't say that you need to lift heavier weight. What is more important is for you to lift the weight that is doable, meaning the weight that you can lift. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.